At least, especially not in CVC. In the top right of the map here on Frost Ladder Edition, it is our purple Zerg. He needs to take one more game in order to stay in this series. Anuzarg.
On the top left, non-cross spawn, our orange Zerg taking game 1. Up 1-0 in the series. This is Montasaurus.
Well, I gotta say, this is that was a pretty nice game, actually, all things considered. I didn't see somebody just flop over.
It was very, yeah, it wasn't like a landslide. They were both toe-to-toe.
Got to see quite a demonstration of their skills.
Ooh, we got a,
However,
what, a 9 pool out of Anuzarg.
Anuzarg setting us up for an aggressive game. Montasaurus, of course, only joking. Actually going up to 14 is going to be in for a surprise. Now the question is here, does Montasaurus go for the hatch or the pool first? This is the situation where it matters. The pool first hatchery thing that I was talking about before doesn't matter a ton if your opponent's doing the same thing. If he's not, pool first is a little bit safer, and here's why. Because you throw down this much minerals into a hatchery, and you're going to be in a little bit of an awkward position. You can't really blame Montasaurus for this too much, just because the thing that Anuzarg is doing right now is actually quite risky. That Overlord may just barely scout that location as the Lings are ready to come. Ready? I guess no. He could have made them already, but instead he's been producing drones.
Did he change his? Ooh.
Oh.
Was it?
Well, this is something that isn't as risky because you can easily scout all the locations.
Well,
this is one base roach.
Is it 1 base or 2 base? I mean, is he gonna save up now for?
Nah, well, I'm pretty sure in 2 base roach you still get the hatchery at the normal timing. Oh my gosh, Montasaurus is the third. It's 3 minutes. Okay, he's gonna have nothing.
This is gonna
nothing
end
to defend against this
so quickly.
As long as Anuzarg doesn't like get supply blocked, he's probably in pretty good shape now. Yeah, this build that Montasaurus is doing right now is one of the more greedy ones, and Anuzarg's got to be really happy right now. He's got that Overlord just floating over there going, oh, you've got that. Okay, sweet. First couple roaches started here. Overlord just finished.
Montasaurus still droning. His pool isn't even done.
Oh boy.
Ooh, this is,
So at the very least, I expect him to lose the natural in the third. Anuzarg, if he does this right, should actually attack along into the natural. That way he can get whatever damage he can get done here, and then he can fall back to the third and get basically a guaranteed kill on that.
Yeah, and the third is now complete, so there's no option for a cancel to recover all those minerals. So this is it's going to be an expensive attack.
Roach is moving along the map. 4 total. 2 roaches attacking right here.
Strategy is revealed.
So this comes down a bit to micro more than anything else, just because like if he right-clicks everything onto the hatchery, and then those Lings just come down there and start attacking, if Anuzarg isn't paying attention, he can lose his roaches really easily that way. Montasaurus looks like he's just going to accept the loss of the third base in favor of getting up an army, and I think that's actually a good choice in this situation. He doesn't need the third to be ahead here.
Right, I agree.
He's already got a functioning natural, and he's got drones at it. He just needs a bigger army, needs to not die. Looks like this is going to go down. Didn't see the Lynx coming out, so he knows that his opponent's starting to stock those up. It's going to take a little bit of damage against the Broodlings here. Hey, fade. Good to see you, man.
Larva going down. 2 spine crawlers. A bunch of Lings. That's all he's got.
And a couple queens on the high ground here. This is actually very nice positioning because they can get a lot of extra damage. Roach is trying to get away from the queens, and the process actually gets surrounded by Lings. They're going to kill these Lings pretty easily, though. The melee power of the Roaches, maybe not.
Move command. Move command.
Trying to get them away, but they don't have the kind of speed necessary. It would have been better to just actually let them die.
Oh, Montasaurus, he holds this. He holds.
He does, and Anuzarg, if he falls back and he just starts grouping up his roaches and get enough of a large ball, though, Montasaurus might overcommit on the counterattack here. So there's already 4 roaches here. We have 5, going to look like 6, 7 maybe when the engagement happens, except the Anuzarg is a little bit too far out. He's going to pull back up into the base. And by the look of it, he's going to be engaging on, basically on creep right there. There's kind of a funky thing that happens where when roaches are, when you're playing a ZVZ, that one army on creep and the other army not on creep is a situation that you want, because your army is going to get the extra move and attack speed,
Right.
and that army will not. And it's kind of, we actually just saw a little bit of that in action there. So we have 7 roaches moving out across the map again. Back home, we can see 2 spine crawlers in position. So I think we're actually going to see the game stabilize from here, and Anuzarg is pretty far behind just in terms of drone count.
I don't think this is going to do it.
Nope. He can kill that creep tumor. That's kind of all the guaranteed damage he can really do here. He has to commit pretty hard, and kind of is relying on a big micro mistake from Montasaurus at this point. So it looks like he's just going to station himself outside the natural, continue to build his army.
Montasaurus building a lair. Oh wait, he canceled. Instead going for link speed.
So the way this scales over time, the Lings will definitely not win this fight as time goes on. Roaches just get stronger and stronger and stronger against them in large numbers. Whoop. We have a little engagement back and forth here. Thinking about retreating up the wall. As you can see here, they can just kite back and forth against the Lings pretty well, especially without speed. He's slowly picking apart the defensive forces here. Nice micro from Anuzarg, but as we can see, a little bit late on his reinforcements. See if we get 6 more out. It's going to send him out across the map. Montasaurus has a huge amount of money, and having a difficult time spending that, it seems.
The spine crawler is a good idea, though, especially the one on the high ground. The roaches won't be able to see this one.
Just to move those injured roaches to the back, I think, and sort of naturally happen with the way the units are balled up. Nice. He's gonna take out... Nope, trying to think about focusing it down. Actually gets out of there without losing a roach. Nice. Really doesn't... I don't think he really... he definitely shouldn't attack into that. Oh, some of his spine crawlers.
Speedlings around.
So the extra amount of damage that the roaches can pull off right there. But defender's advantage is pretty good, and they're able to just run the rest of the roaches over. Did kill a lot of Lings in that attack, though.
Very nice. Montasaurus moving for melee upgrade 1.
So this is a more, basically, Montasaurus' upgrades are telling us he wants to go for a Ling Bane style, probably into Mutalisks over time. That's kind of the way that scales. Yep, there's the spire right there.
You got it.
Typically, the only reason for this is if you try to go any kind of range units hide for those roaches, you just don't have the attack upgrades, which can put you pretty far behind.
Well, don't you think he should probably scout and make sure Anuzarg isn't going for Hydras?
I think really have to necessarily worry about that. If he takes the tack of I'm just going to hit my opponent where he isn't with the roaches, and just try to do damage that way, Banelings can actually be very good against Hydras. The other thing he's trying to do is he'd be trying to kill him before he can get a lot. Basically going for a timing attack in a sense.
Montasaurus supply blocked again, dropping 6 overlords to compensate.
Well, that's one way to do it. Ooh, these supply blocks are brutal. They pretty much create a 10 supply difference between yourself and your opponent, and this is going to help for a little while, but unfortunately, it's actually such a gap compared to what you're normally used to that he'll probably get supply blocked again. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully he's watching it himself, and that doesn't happen.
Montasaurus checking for ninja expansions. Anuzarg is quite well known for those. Maybe he's watched VODs.
More than likely. Anuzarg needs... Let's see, what is he doing here? He's going up in tech. Montasaurus is trying to grab another expansion. This one actually just slightly out of the range of that Overlord, I think. Yep.
1 attack and armor on the way. 5 seconds out.
He will be able to see the creep spread as the hatchery finishes, so still will be able to scout it. Mutalisks out, and another base going down. Well, this is going to be rough for Anuzarg. He's only got Queen's for Air. There is no Spore Crawlers. He hasn't scouted this coming at all.
He's still
So
just building roaches.
this is going to be...
This isn't going to feel too good.
Where are those hydras? I don't really like the fact that he's keeping them in his base right now. I mean, he's trying to go for a big surprise attack with these, but I would just take him over there right now. There's basically a lot of guaranteed damage against the unsuspecting opponent right now.
Oh,
and his Dark is seeing this expansion attempt, by the way, so he's gonna be in position to go for a counterattack. Hello, here comes the Mutalisks going after the Overlords that are around the base. They're actually gonna get at least 2 of them.
Anuzarg dropped a Hydra Den before this. It's about half complete now. So, clock is ticking for Montasaurus if he wants to get any work done with these.
No Spore Crawlers going down, so the reaction has been quite fast enough from Anuzarg. He's going to lose this expansion attempt. No cancel. It's a lot of minerals down the drain. Mutalisks are going to start moving into the base. Still no Spore Crawlers going down. Going to lose some more Overlords. He's really badly supply blocked now. Well, not really badly. Any supply block is really badly, to be fair, in this situation.
Hydra's about to pop.
Going to lose 1 queen, but as far as Montasaurus is concerned, he doesn't care about engaging the queen. He's just going to keep attacking the drones. He's brought his opponent down to 25 drones now, basically mining off of 1 base. And Muta's ruined my plans. Sad face. It's a nice play from Montasaurus, who is not quite pleased. 3rd base is up. 4th base is up, and Montasaurus is taking a commanding lead, and here comes the entire army gathering together to get ready for an attack. Hydras are in the worst place possible at the front of the army. Just get behind.
Ooh, and this looks like...
Yeah, the Hydras are going to tank the roaches, and they didn't. Pretty much just died immediately. Anyway, GG. Anuzarg North really waits for the battle to finish this time.